Notice the stillness and the awareness when you just drop down, close your eyes, and become so aware of your surroundings, of yourself. Let's become aware of our upper half of our body. So everything from the waist up, let it be so buoyant. Feel as though there is maybe a string attached to the crown of your head, gently drawing the top of the skull upwards towards the heavens. Finding this lift in the spine as if you could have space between each vertebra of your spine. Let the shoulders come up to the ears. Give yourself a shrug and then let them roll down and back. Let them kiss in towards the spine, finding spaciousness in the heart, in the collarbones. Tuck the chin back a little bit. Find length in the back of the neck. Let a smile come to your face. And then notice your breath. I know most of us are feeling like we can barely catch our breath these days, that it's so short and shallow, originating from high in the upper chest here, a signal for panic or anxiety, fear, stress. Let's instead take the intention to breathe from our low belly, making our low belly so soft. And I know I can speak for most women that we tend to have a tightness in our abdomen, trying to hold ourselves in. Let your lower abdomen be so soft now. So as you inhale, let your low belly fill like a balloon. And then as you exhale, let the low belly retract back towards the spine. Maybe cultivating Ujjayi breath, this exhalation where you draw the breath across the upper palate of the mouth, this constriction of the throat, this oceanic sound. Inhale into low belly, it expands. Exhale it out. This time when we inhale, let's find a 3-part Dirga breath. So inhale, low belly, and then chest or ribs expand out to the side, and then fill all the way up to the throat or the collarbone. So inhale, low belly, ribs expand, breathe into the throat, hold, and then exhale the same way. Exhale from upper chest, ribs come in, low belly draws into spine. Inhale, low belly, chest, collarbones, release, collarbones, ribs come in, low belly draws in. And the last breath at your own pace. Take your hands to your heart. Connect with your heart space for a moment with some intention of what you would like to gain from your practice today. For me, it's to find stillness in the craziness of the world right now. It's to come inward, to find the center of myself, to slow the world down, to slow my mind down. Choose an intention that serves you well for your practice. Take a big breath in. And then maybe an audible sigh out. And then inhale that intention up towards the universe. Let the thumbs connect, the pinkies connect. Let the other 3 fingers open as you draw your chin down to your chest. Feel the back of the neck expand and open, lengthen. And then interlace the fingers, draw the palms up towards the heavens, lower the chin to chest a little bit more, draw the pinkies back towards the wall behind you, or lake behind you in my case. Take a breath in. And then sigh it out. Take the hands back behind you. Let the fingertips rest on your mat or the floor behind you. Come up on tented fingers and then just draw the shoulder blades together. Open the heart space. Draw the chin up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, release tented fingers. Draw backs of the hands towards midline and round the upper back. Take the shoulder blades far away from the spine. Inhale, open up, bring the arms back behind you, tent the fingertips, push into the ground, open the heart space towards the sky. Exhale, bring backs of the hands. Inhale, bring the arms back behind you, push in, find a little bit more length in the spine, draw the shoulder blades together, gaze up, chin up. Exhale, release, round the upper back, tuck tailbone, spread your spine. Take the hands to the knees. Lift the heart space up one more time. Use the grip of the hands to draw the collarbones a little bit more forward. And then drop the hands down. Let's find a beautiful side bend. Drop the left hand down. Let me start my music. Drop the left hand down and reach the right arm. Maybe take a nice deep bend into that left arm, looking up underneath the right arm, and really stretching into that right side body. Keep drawing the right hip down towards the floor as you reach over. And then breathe into the right side body. Find your ribs expanding like an accordion with each inhale. And then push into that left hand, rise up and over. Drop right hand down, lift left arm up and over. Look up, and then bend into that right arm, reach left arm up and over. Spiraling that right rib cage under, and opening the heart a little bit more. And breathing into that left side body this time, drawing left hip down to the ground as you reach. Inhaling both arms up to the sky. Reaching up with Kali Mudra, interlacing all the fingers except for index fingers, and then drawing the chin to the chest one more time. And then dropping hands down to the ground, rolling over shins, and finding yourself reaching forward, dropping the crown of the head down towards the floor. Keeping the sit bones pulling back as you walk the fingertips forward. Finding a beautiful stretch and release into the low back. And then keep walking the fingertips forward until you roll all the way over the shins, finding yourself in tabletop pose. So really finding some beautiful alignment here, knees under hips, toes are tucked, wrists are under shoulders. And just start some organic movements here, just organic movements of the spine, anything that feels good for your spine. So parts of the spine that feel sticky, parts of the spine that feel tight, just moving into the body in a way that feels right just for your body. It doesn't need to look like me or what you think the pose should look like. Just being so aware and so in the moment. Right now I'm taking a barrel roll. So taking my torso and barrel rolling it around my spine, finding retraction and protraction of my shoulder blades, and then switching directions. Maybe you want to take your traditional cat and cow. So really drawing chin into chest, tucking tailbone in between the thighs, and pushing the ground away so that you can flare your shoulder blades away from the spine. And then as you inhale, you let the spine hammock down towards the earth. Let the tailbone point towards the sky. Let the shoulder blades come together. And then take the gaze up. Cow pose. Exhale, really undulating the spine, articulating each vertebra. starting with the pelvis. And then coming into neutral. Let's heat up the body with some core. So tucking toes under and just floating this tabletop. So being so aware of the grip of your hands here. So looking down at your hands, index fingers are pointing forward. You're really pressing into the thumb knuckle and the index finger knuckle to support the wrists, support the forearms. You're drawing the navel in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Pressing hard into the floor with the balls of the feet. And then pushing away from the mat, finding this sort of rounding in the upper back. The shoulder blades coming down towards the armpits a little bit more. Gaze is between the thumbs. And a big breath in. Big breath out. 2 more like that. Inhale in. Exhale out. Last one, inhale in. Slowly release the knees to the chest. Walk the knees in a little bit. Keep the toes tucked. Let's sit back on tucked toes. Stretching out the plantar fascia here. Noting if your pinky toe wants to slide under. Mine always does. And then sitting back to open up all the ligaments of the feet here. And why do we do this? Because we don't want to ever experience plantar fasciitis. I had that at one point in my life and it was excruciating. Take the hands, interlace them, the base of the spine, and then draw the thumbs down towards the tailbone as you draw the shoulder blades together. Open the collarbones. Well, that beautiful sunshine is coming in just for me to shine on my face. Feel the opening in the bottoms of the feet. If it's too much, just go ahead and come up off of your feet a little bit. That will take the weight off of the ligaments. And then release the hands from the low back. Bring them forward, interlace the fingers, find figure eights with your wrists, warming up the wrists. You know, when we come into our yoga practice, we have a lot of weight bearing on our wrists. And as we are bipeds, which means we're meant to walk on 2 feet, not 4, our wrists aren't really meant to bear, shake your hands out, that kind of weight. So we need to really warm up our wrists so that we don't experience pain. It's something that I notice a lot of people in my class, they'll drop down and start rolling their wrists because we don't have the strength in our wrists to support our weight. That's why we try to gain the strength of our forearms and our downward facing dogs in the grip that involves the L grip. So we'll talk about that a little bit more when we go into downward facing dog. Drop the hands back down, let the toenails come down, the tops of the feet come down, and give yourself a little tap. Bring the blood flow back, and then maybe push back, sit back on top of your shins, and let yourself come back a little bit. Find a bit of a quad stretch, tucking the tailbone under. Maybe it serves you to come up a little bit, lift the shins off, so that you can find a beautiful stretch in the front of the feet. See how that feels. And then lower yourself down. Take the hands back in front of you, and then maybe even turn the fingertips towards your knees. If that doesn't feel okay on your wrist, keep the fingers facing forward. Just moving around a little bit, finding the shoulders, maybe painting little circles around your wrists. And then move the opposite way. And then gently drawing the hips back towards the heels, slowly letting your palms peel off of the mat. Really feeling that beautiful stretch into the forearms. And then sitting back on your shins again, shaking the hands out, and we'll come into a little bit of forearm strengthening. Take the arms straight up and then open and close the hands. Thumb comes in front in the fist as fast as you can, building up heat and strength into the forearms. Very quickly you notice that this gets old and tired. It's not easy to do this fast for a long time because we don't have a lot of strength generally in our forearms, so mine are already beginning to fatigue. See if you can go for 2 more breaths. And last breath. Ooh, shake it out. Beautiful. Take the hands down. Tuck the toes under. Keep your knees very, very bent. And push yourself up into a super short downward facing dog. So draw the ribs towards the thighs as if you could push the mat away, keep the shoulders away from the ears, and just feel that tilting up of the tailbone here. We want this sensation of the tailbone reaching up towards the sky. And then when you feel like it does, push into the thumb base, the pointer finger base of the fingers. Grip into the mat, so feel all the finger pads of your fingers gripping into the mat, as though you could make a little suction cup with the palm of your hand. And then rotate the biceps forward, the triceps under, and then push the mat away as if you're trying to push it away from you. And then begin to drop one heel towards the mat and then the other heel towards the mat, keeping the tailbone high into the sky. Just walking out our dog here. Hamstrings feel this morning. Letting the head hang, maybe shaking the head yes and no. Finding a nice place to look either between your ankles or right in the middle of your mat. Bend into the knees and just take the hips over to the right side. Find like a little crouching, dropping the right hip down towards the mat. And then come back up and then crouch over to the left side, feeling this outside stretch in the outer edge of your right shoulder and then this contraction into the left oblique. Switch, let's go on the other side. And then up and over to the left. Beautiful. Come back into downward facing dog. Come high onto your tippy toes and take tiny little steps all the way to the front of the mat. Once you get to the front of the mat, put a gentle bend into your knees and then grab opposite elbows. Let the head hang down, the crown of the head hangs, and then just sway from side to side in your ragdoll. So in your ragdoll, it's easy to just be sort of complacent. Maybe you can find some intention, really dragging the left elbow over to the left and then using the right elbow to come over to the right. Really getting into the side bodies here as you move from side to side. And taking your hands to your hip creases. And with a flat back, lift all the way up. Beautiful. Take the arms high into the sky. And then exhale your hands to your heart center. Let your thumbs connect with your heart space. Draw the chin down a little bit. Come back to your intention. Maybe you've already forgotten what that is. I'm coming back to my stillness, coming back to my awareness. Once you set your intention back into your heart space, sweep the arms up and overhead. Maybe find a tiny back bend. Exhale the hands through heart center, find a forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, drop the hands down, step the left foot back and then the right foot back, find plank pose. And then let's drop down, knees, chest, chin for now. Inhale, slide forward, find cobra. Draw the elbows back, draw the heart space forward, press into the tops of the feet, lift the kneecaps. Find so much strength in the quadriceps and length in your neck. So not really looking forward, sort of looking a couple of feet in front of your mat. And then using the strength of the upper back, maybe just hover the hands here, finding integration of the shoulder blades together, the strength of the upper back. Use your core, press your pubic bone and your hip points into the mat. Find a deep breath in, exhale it out. Inhale in, exhale, press the hands down, tuck the toes under, push up and back, find downward facing dog. Look forward to the front of the mat. You can step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let the crown of the head hang. Let the weight come forward into the balls of the feet. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Come onto fingertips or take your hands to your shins. Telescope the crown of the head forward and then drop the hands down. Bend into the knees and sweep the hands up and overhead. Inhale. And then exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Exhale the hands down, find a forward fold. Again, step back or hop back, find plank pose. Look forward, lower down to your knees. Let's find 5 chaturanga push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, lift up for your baby cobra or maybe pressing up into cobra. And then drop the forehead down, tuck the toes, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Take the right leg high into the sky and come high on the ball of the left foot. Point the toe and find so much the mat away with the hands. And then bend the knees, stack the right hip on top of the left. Open your hips to the right. Keep pressing hard into that left hand and keep dropping the right armpit down. And then finding hip circles. So taking the knee down towards the mat and then opening it up, lifting it up and open. Finding movement here into that ball and socket joint of the hip. Bringing all new fluid in here as we open up. And then take the right leg back high into the sky. Come high on the ball of the left foot. And then drop the left heel all the way down to the mat to feel a stretch into the left calf, left Achilles. Then drop the right foot down to meet the left. Take the left leg high into the sky. Bend at the hip. Stack left hip on top of right. Open up. Keep pressing firmly into the right hand. Keep dropping the left arm pit down. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. And then those hip circles, drawing the left knee down towards your mat and then opening the kneecap up towards the sky. Seeing if you can draw really huge circles with your kneecap. And then lift the left leg high into the sky. Come high onto the ball of the right foot. And then while the left leg is high, drop the right heel down. Beautiful stretch into the calf. Drop the left foot down to meet the right. Come forward into plank pose. And then just rock both heels over to the right side of the mat while you keep your hands firmly planted. Feel this engagement in the right oblique and this opening in the left side. Flip up and over. Heels come to the left of the mat. Toes come to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Come forward, drop to your knees. 5 chaturanga push-ups. Drop all the way down, untuck the toes, push up, find cobra. Tuck toes, push up and back. Find downward facing dog. Let's find 3 deep breaths. Let's inhale to the balls of the feet. Keep pushing the mat away. Exhale, push the heels down. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, drop heels down. How can you still your mind? Inhale, lift. How can you be so present with every move you make? Come high onto the balls of the feet. Step, hop, float, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend into the knees, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's flow a little bit. Inhale, rise. Back bend if it feels okay. Exhale down through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back and then the right foot back. Find plank pose. Come forward. Lower knees down, lower all the way down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Lift right leg high into the sky. Step the right foot forward. Let's find low lunge. Drop the left knee down and tuck left toes. Inhale the arms up. Take the left wrist with the right hand, lift up, and then over to the right side, feeling a beautiful side stretch. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Exhale the left hand down to the mat. Tuck left toes under. Open up, easy twist. And then just take the right foot, step it halfway up the center of your mat. Open the heart space up towards the sky. And then just drop the left hip down to the ground as you drop the right hand to the inner thigh of the left. Inhale, push the mat up and out. And then take the right arm over top. The bicep brushes the ear and you push the mat away, finding this upside down U shape to the body. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up and over. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, up and over. Take the hand down to the ground. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Come forward, lower knees down, lower all the way down. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale, tuck toes up and back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop down. Lift the left leg high into the sky. Look forward, use your core, step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. Inhale, lift. Take the right wrist with the left hand now, lift up and out of the shoulder girdle and side bend to the left. Really sinking into that left thigh and finding that beautiful alignment with knee over ankle. Pressing into the top of the right foot. Feeling so much extension in the right side body and the right hip flexor. Strengthen the left thigh. Pressing into the left big toe. Opening the heart as you roll the right rib cage up towards the heavens. Inhale, take the hands high. Exhale, take the right hand down, left arm high. Tuck the toes under, open, easy twist. Keep reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky. And then again, we'll just walk that left foot halfway up our mat. And then drop the right hip down to the mat as you take the left hand into the inner thigh of the right leg. Inhale, push the mat up and over, up and away, and reach the left arm up and over, left bicep by left ear. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, drop. Exhale, over. You should feel this beautiful stretch in the right side body. Last time, up and over. Drop the left hand down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Come forward. Lower down, full chaturanga if you'd like. Inhale, find upward facing dog if that serves you. Exhale, roll over toes, up and back, downward facing dog, 3 deep breaths. Come back to yourself. Come back to your intention. I'm coming back to my stillness. Look forward, bend into the knees, press in, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let's hold this fold. So maybe you find Padahastasana, lifting the feet up, taking your entire palm underneath the feet, and then taking the weight into the balls of the feet, coming forward, lifting the tailbone high and Maybe opening the elbows out to the side as you draw the crown of the head down. Finding a beautiful extension in the hamstrings here. Crown of the head so heavy. No tension in the neck. Everything hanging over the thighs like a waterfall would just drape over granite outcrops. Water just flowing down heavy, rushing into the earth. Release the hands from underneath the feet. Take the hands forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, take the hands to your heart center. Close your eyes for a moment while I read you a little quote. Chitti Vritta is a term that refers to the thoughts that clutter the mind. The name comes from the Sanskrit chitta, meaning consciousness or memory, and vritti, meaning waves. It can be translated in English to mean mind chatter, and sometimes is called monkey mind. One of the goals of yoga is to take control of Chitti Vritta by quieting the mind, thereby reducing stress and increasing self-awareness. Inhale the arms up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, step back right into downward facing dog. Take the right leg high into the sky. Step the right foot between the hands. Find high crescent lunge this time. Inhale, rise up. So really pressing down through the ball of the right foot. Coming high on the ball of the left foot, really drawing the heel in towards the left glute. And then reaching the fingertips up towards the heavens, spiraling the pinkies in, but then drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Let the shoulder. And then exhale, open up to the right. Twist and look back at the right hand. And right away, drop the right hand onto the outside edge of that left hamstring. And then reverse yourself up and back. Open your heart towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the left hand down to the mat. Take the right arm high into the sky. And then right away, step the right foot back on top of the left. Find side plank or Vasisthasana. You can always take the right foot in front as a little kickstand. You can always drop the left knee down as a little kickstand or a modification. If you can stack both feet on top of each other, you can do that. If you'd like to come into a tree pose, you can do that. Push the ground away as you find this opening to the left hip, finding space from left hip to the right. Wherever you are, if your foot's in front, it's stacked on top. Step it back and behind, find a version of Kalasana or wild swing. You open the hips towards the ceiling, high on the ball of the right foot. Left leg nice and straight, pressing into the outside edge of that left foot. Core strong. Breath in. Exhale, take the right hand down. Keep the left leg, take the right leg high into the sky. Come forward. Find three-leg plank. And then you can take a three-leg vinyasa flow if that serves you. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Inhale in. Exhale, drop the heels down. Find your stillness. The left leg comes high into the sky. Use your core, look forward, sit the left foot between your hands, come high on the ball with the right foot. Inhale, nice and high. High chest and breathe. Sink deep into that left thigh, draw the shoulders away from the ears. And really pushing out through the right ball of the foot. So lift the heel high. Pull the heel in towards the right glute as you move the outer right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take the left hand back behind you, right fingertips forward, open twist. And then right away drop the left hand to the back of the right hamstring and reverse and open the heart space high. Beautiful stretch for the right hip flexor. Big breath in. And then exhale, spiral the right hand down. Take the left arm nice and high. Come onto the outside edge of the left foot and step the left foot back, or right foot, set the left foot back to stack on top of the right. Vashisthasana. So you can take the kickstand here, left foot comes halfway up the mat. Support yourself. Or you can take the inside edge of the left foot and stack it into the inner thigh of the right thigh and push up and out, finding tree pose here. Push the mat away so you find so much space between right hip and the mat. And then just stepping that left foot back behind you so you can take the hip points high. Reach up and back behind you, finding wild thing. Straight right leg, on the ball of the left foot. Open the heart. Inhale in. Exhale, drop the left hand down and take the left leg high into the sky, 3-leg down dog. Come forward into 3-leg vinyasa. Inhale for a back bend. Exhale, rock the back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths again, pushing the mat away. Forward, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, through. Bend into the knees, lift the outer fingertips, push onto the outer edges of your feet, and then rise up for a chair pose. In your chair pose, ground down into the left foot, come high on the ball of the right foot, and then just hook the right shin half over the left. Sit down for eagle legs. And then open the arms like goalposts and wrap left arm underneath right. Find your eagle wrap. Either double or single wrap. And then let the elbows come up in line with the shoulders and then draw the thumbs a little bit further away from the face. The shoulders come away from the ears and sink a little bit further back into your eagle pose. If you prefer to drop the right foot down as a little kickstand, you can do that. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, keep the arms as they are, but unwrap the legs. Find warrior 3 legs with eagle arms as you just reach back through the heel of the right foot. Making yourself into this beautiful long line, crown of the head to the heel of the right foot. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale in. And ground down to the left foot. Rise all the way up. Try not to let the right foot touch. And just lift the left right knee up. Ekapada Uttanasana. One-legged standing pose. And then drop the right foot down to move the left. Unwrap the arms. Sweep the arms up nice and high for a chair pose. Sit. Draw the thumbs back behind your shoulders away from your ears. And then come high on the ball of the left foot. Wrap it over top. If you can hook the left foot underneath the left shin or cuff, you can do that. And then open the arms like goalposts, cactus arms, and this time wrap right under left. Find your eagle wrap. Lift your elbows up in line with shoulders. And draw thumbs a little bit away from the face. It's hard to find a drishti in this pose because your arms bisect through your gaze, but find an internal drishti here. Find that stillness that you intended for. Think a little bit deeper and then unwrap the legs, send it back, find a warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Press back through the heel and the ball of the left foot. Think of a long line between the heel and the crown of your head. Toe points down, inner thigh spiral back. Right leg is straight and pushing away from the ground. Breath in. Exhale, ground down into that right foot. Scoop the left leg nice and high. Try not to let it touch down and extend it straight. Bring it in line with the hip at the Pada Uttanasana. And then release it down. Release eagle arms coming to the side. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. This time taking your hands to your two fingers around thumbs, letting your forehead up down for your forward fold. Letting the elbows come out to the side, letting the tailbone reach high to the sky. And then take the left hand to the left hip crease. Bend into the right, or bend into the left knee a little bit. And see if you can just lift up that right big toe coming straight into your big toe pose. Pressing your heel out in front of you. And then opening the leg out to the side. Find something to look at that's not moving or drifting. Maybe the left hand comes out. Rise up. Feel the pulling back of the right hand against the foot pushes to the finger. Inhale back to center. If you fall out, smile and just come back. And then slowly release the foot all the way down to the ground. Attach your left hand to your left big toe. Take right hand to your hip. Bend into the right knee this time. Bend into the left knee. Rise up through the power of the left foot. Bringing the left foot right up in front of you. Pull the shoulder back. Extending to the heel. And then maybe opening up to the side and releasing the right arm out to the side. Stay strong. Find something to look at that's not moving. Find your breath and stillness. Inhale, come back to center. Bend into the knee and then release the forward. Drop the crown of the head down. Grab onto big toes one more time and let the weight come towards the ball of the feet. The balls of the feet. Open the elbows out to the side. And breathe. That's how you feel it. Release the big toes, tip the hands, hip creases, flat back. Rise all the way. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands down, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa flow. Step or hop back, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right leg comes high into the sky. Take the right knee to the right elbow, let it touch, and then let it slide all the way down to the right wrist. Spin the right foot so that the shin lines up parallel to the front edge of your mat. Walk the left foot back, squeeze it back until the top of the quadricep falls towards the earth. And then slowly sit up, untuck your toes, look back and make sure your ankle's not sickling in. Press all 5 toenails down onto the mat. Find some height as you push against your own shin, and then leading with the chin and the chest, start to fold over that shin. There's a stretch in the outside edge of the hip. If you need to place a blanket or a prop or a block underneath the right hip to find some equanimity in your hips, go ahead and place something underneath there to support you now. Maybe you'd like to find a quadricep stretch on the left side. In that case, you would walk your knee a little bit, reach back with the left hand for the top of the foot. Gently draw it in. Drawing the left foot forward. Softening the breath, softening the mind now. Pulling everything down. And releasing the foot if you have it. Pressing into the hands, taking the right leg high into the sky. Maybe a few hip circles. And dropping the right foot Take the left leg high into the sky. Take the left knee towards the left elbow. Let it slide down the forearm, feeling it across your mat. Push back through the right toes until the top of the quadricep rests down on the mat. Release the toenails down and circle. Leading with the sternum, leading with the chin. Slowly drop yourself down over top of that foot. Put the forehead down, let it rest on something. Slow the mind, slow the breath. Using the top underneath the left hip. That serves you through five. It feels right to come into the conflict on this side, looking at the top of that river. Gather it into the elbow. The right hip draw forward a little bit.
Nature is a manifestation of God. And that manifestation
tucking the toes under, taking the left leg high into the sky. And then dropping it down to the floor. And forward into plank pose and then lowering all the way down to the mat. Taking the arms out into a T shape. And bend at the knees. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side for a moment. And then just drop the left foot down, rock over onto the left side of your body. Take the right foot. Take the left hand in front of the face. While you take the right temple down, extend the right arm nice and straight, and then roll onto the right side of the body. Bend at the left knee and take the left foot behind the right knee crease. Like, find you can reach the right hand, the left hand high into the sky, and then place it on the sacrum, palm down. If that serves you to externally rotate your shoulder, if you'd like to place the top of your hand down, you can do that. Soften the right temple so heavy into the mat. Feel the opening in the front right side of your shoulder. The hands behind you, feel the opening in the front of the left chest. Allow this. Continue down towards shoulder head. Exhale the hand down if you had it in your bind in front of the face. Roll back onto the body. And bring the hands underneath the forehead. Bring the big toes to touch, and then just rock your hips from side to side. Tuck your toes under, plant your hands underneath your shoulders, push up and back. Find tabletop. Let the knees forward a little bit. Cross the ankles and just sit back over cross the ankles. Find yourself seated on your mat. Scooch forward a little bit. Slowly lower yourself down. back into center. Let the knees come onto the floor. Let the right leg come high into the sky. Grab onto the back of the shin. Maybe you can grab with the toe. Pull the toes towards the face as you push the heel towards the sky. A little bit more, you can extend the left leg out. Into the hamstrings. The left leg is straight, rebend it, and then cross right elbow onto the left side. Open up to the floor. Use the right hand to press the right knee away from the ground a little bit. And then reach through, grab the back of the thigh. If you can grab the shin, that's great. Let's go feet. Draw everything in towards the chest. Feel that beautiful stretch in the outside edge of the neck. The right hip. And then leaving everything just as it is. Drop the left foot down to the ground. Keep the legs in figure 4. And just let the right foot fall over to the left side of the mat. Put in a figure 4 stretch. And then let the inner knee drop in so that it tucks underneath. There's a little bit of a bind. It goes over to the right. Right arm can extend out. Inhale everything in. Back to center to the right leg point. Inhale the left leg out. Inhale, grabbing onto the back of the knee. And flow, maybe you can back it to the deciding if you'd like to straighten the right leg or not. Put it into the floor. Touching the right side. Drawing the toes in towards the face as you extend the heel up and back behind you. Creating a beautiful hamstring. Draw the right knee in, cross left ankle and second start back. Push the left knee in. And then reach through, finally scooping it down through upright position. Elbows and triceps down to the mat. You can extend your fingers up towards the sky like your hands are sunflowers. And then pressing into the heels, pressing into the entire foot. Pull the pubic bone up. Pull the tailbone away from the floor. And continue that motion of bringing the pubic bone forward, tailbone high as you peel your spine off of the mat. Keep pressing into the elbows, the triceps. Keep raising up through the entire spine, articulating the spine all the way up to the base of the neck. Drawing the upper chest towards the chin, but keeping the chin away from the chest. Pressing into the back of the skull and leaving the arms just like they are. Or if you'd like to wiggle your triceps or your shoulder blades in towards each other, interlace your fingers, and then push down through the pinky edge sides of your hands to lift the hips a little bit higher. You can do that. Pressing up through the hips, pressing into the back of the head to base of the neck, mid-back, low back, keeping the tailbone curled up, pubic bone curled up, until finally you rest low back down, tailbone drops down into the earth. Take the feet as wide as the mat with the knees not in, or sort of pinch up the breast pose. And you can either take one more bridge, or you can come into Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel pose by taking the hands back by your shoulders, fingers facing towards the shoulders, walking the feet in, pushing up onto the crown of the head, and then pressing into the balls of the feet, raising, pushing through the space between your triceps and your biceps, and your chest forward. The big toes or outside edges of the feet, draw the knees in towards the armpits, and then push the heels up towards the sky as you reach your toes towards your face. Find happy baby pose, and then the balasana. You'll be rocking from side to side. It serves you maybe straightening one leg and then the other, getting into the inner thighs. Maybe holding on to the big toes and stretching both inner thighs out away from the ground. And then deciding if there's any other pose that's calling for you. Complete your practice today. And it helps make you feel fulfilled, satisfied. With the shoulders stand or an inversion of choice, maybe just legs at the wall. Before we come into Shavasana. And as you relax back into Shavasana, I invite you to allow your entire body to completely give into gravity here. Let your scalp be soft, and the back of your head so heavy into your yoga mat. Your eyes sink heavy into their sockets, and all of the muscles around the eyes, the face soften, temples soften. Breath is easy, ebb and flow, easy. The jaw becomes unclenched, upper teeth making space between lower teeth, and the tongue gives up its need to press into the roof of the mouth, instead gently laying itself to rest in the lower half of the jaw. Let the head roll from side to side to release the neck, and take a swallow to let your throat relax. Feel the shoulders move down and away from the ears, and maybe walk the shoulder blades in towards one another, making a gentle pillow for your upper back. The arms move away from the body, the palms face up, the fingertips gently curl in. You consume space. Know your right to take up space. Know your right to belong here, that you are worthy of taking up space, that you are worthy of rest, that you are worthy of laying your body to rest, of being here in this moment, right now, not projecting into the future, which is a marker for anxiety, fear, panic, tension, or lamenting over the past, moving us towards depression, sadness, regret. Instead, staying here in this moment. This is all we have. It's all we ever have. To be here now, to connect with your heart, to stop the internal chatter, the noise. Chitti Vritta Nirodha. And to come back to ourselves, our center, our heart space. Knowing that we are love, we are all connected. That the universe has got our backs. And even in times of anxiety and stress, uncertainty, we can come back to the breath. We can come back to the reality of what is. We cannot worry about things that we cannot control. And we can move through our lives breath by breath, moment by moment, with complete radical acceptance. For it truly is the key to peace of mind. And then start to bring awareness to your hands and your feet. Think about bringing your knees into your chest. And then gently rolling onto the left side of your body. Pausing for a moment to notice how you feel. How you feel in your mind and in your body and in your spirit. And then using your right hand to gently press into the earth. And as though moving through water, begin to lift yourself up towards a seated position, mindful of the mind, how the body feels, how your energy feels. And once you find yourself sitting up, keeping the eyes gently closed, you can draw your hands back to your heart center, letting the chin drop down, that gesture of gratitude towards yourself, towards the practice of yoga, towards your own stillness. Loka samasta sukhinho bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may our thoughts and our words and our actions in some way contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. As always, it's such an honor to guide you through your practice. I see you, I hear you, I cherish you, I love you. You are worthy and divine and sacred, and I see the entire universe inside of you. Namaste.